Hey guys, welcome back to Sky Design Studios. Today we're going to be reviewing these Ohuhu alcohol markers. I bought these markers off of Amazon for $45 and free shipping, which was awesome. So they come in this black cloth-like zipper bag. Let's see what's inside. So there are so many vibrant colors and I'm super excited to work with them. I really like the way they feel just all together. The tops, they feel really nice. So there's a few other things in here. There's this sheet that says, if you are coloring on thin paper, please put this pad between your coloring sheets to prevent any bleed through. So that's going to be really helpful. There's also these color swatches that you can fill in. That's going to be fun. And I think there's one more thing in here. There we go. It's a manual for the markers, I think, and it has some blending tips, a little bit about the company, and about the markers. So that's everything that comes with the bag. Each marker contains the name and the color code on each lid. It also says Ohuhu art marker and labels the brush and chisel tip. Here's the brush nib. And here is the chisel nib. I would also like to point out that the brush nib has a gray stripe so you can see it easily. Now we're going to swatch them. So while we're swatching the colors, I would just like to make it clear that this is not a sponsored video at all. And while I was looking at these markers, I did notice that a lot of the colors were a lot darker or more vibrant than what the color on the lid looks like. Some of the marker names actually said pastel, like pastel pink or something. And I didn't think that really suited the colors because there were not really any light or pastel colors except for the two grays, warm gray and a light cool gray. But overall, I really liked how these markers felt. I would also like to appreciate how awesome these caps sound when they're being put on and off. Now it's time to see how well these markers blend. So first I chose this pinkish color called R1. I just really like the look of it. And then I chose a purple to go with it, which is specifically P4. So first I added some of the pink. And then some of the purple on opposite sides. And then crossed over them in the middle a little bit. Then while the marker was still wet, I added some more pink overlapping and just tried to blend them in. I'm also trying this technique without the colorless blender that was included in the marker pack because I wanted to see how it would look without the colorless blender. I would also like to point out that I'm not at all an expert with any alcohol markers. I only tried Copics like a few times because I got them for my birthday, so I haven't had much experience with them at all. And this is my first time with Ohuhus. So yeah, I don't have much experience with alcohol markers at all. Without the colorless blender, I thought it looked pretty good. I thought they blended pretty well. I liked how it turned out. Next, we're going to try blending with a colorless blender. And I'm going to try the same two colors so that I can compare them easier. So I did a little bit of overlap with the pink and the purple. And now I take the colorless blender and I try to blend that middle section. So what I'm noticing with the colorless blender is it kind of turns it a bit whiter, kind of fuzzy, if that makes sense. It just kind of takes a little bit of the color and vibrancy out of it and doesn't blend it super well. So yeah, I definitely stick to doing it without the colorless blender, just because that's more what I'm used to for just any type of marker. So now I'm just going to try the blending again with two different colors than these ones. And I'm going to choose a blue and like a brownish orange, which are opposite from each other in the color wheel, so we'll see how that goes. So first I just tried without the colorless blender to see if I could blend them pretty well, and it wasn't quite working. So I added a bit of the colorless blender, and I think it works better if you just add a little bit and not a lot, because this actually did help blend it this time. So I guess it would depend what colors you're using, whether or not I would use the colorless blender. I think I'm ready for a test run of these markers, so I'm just going to start by drawing a little character here and see how well these markers blend out. Those smiley faces there are just me testing which fine liner to use because I wasn't sure which ones would smudge or not. I'm super happy with these markers. The only thing I would recommend for Ohuhu to do is to make different color palettes to change it up a little bit so there's a bit more contrast between super light colors and darker colors, because all of them are more on the same vibrancy level. But I would still really recommend these markers. They're an awesome price compared to Copics, and I had a lot of fun with them. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and found out something new. I also wanted to give a big thanks to my subscribers because I appreciate your support. So stay tuned, and I will definitely be using these markers in future videos.